I'm Bonnie, and I am a director at Jubilee. I've been with Jubilee for exactly a year now, and I've directed, I think, close to 20 videos. That's me. As video creators and directors, we put a ton of weight on the comment section of our videos. There can be thousands of amazing comments, but the one critical, hurtful, or flat out hateful one we come across will be the one that sticks with us. And
was there a comment about Aaron?
Yeah. You caught that one?
I caught that
You
one.
caught that one? There's one right there.
But she was. It's not a hateful comment.
Listen, she's vegan.
You're whack.
I'm just saying.
You're whack.
If you're not rude, that's not vegan.
Yeah, I hope they don't either, because then that wouldn't be vegan. Honey isn't vegan. You don't really consider yourself vegan. Those aren't vegan.
I know plenty of vegans that are not rude.
That's not vegan.
That's part of the guidelines of being vegan. That's the first rule.
First rule of Vegan Fight Club is tell everyone.
First rule. You got that. All right. Moving on. First rule of Vegan Fight Club.
Tell
everyone
everyone.
about Vegan Fight Club.
Oh, man.
so I decided to start reaching out to some of our haters, particularly those who have commented on my own videos.
Okay, a big pet peeve of mine is that people categorize anyone who criticizes them as vegans. Someone saying Aaron was really rude and disrespectful is not a hater. That's just stating a fact.
She was rude and disrespectful.
The same way when we get comments, not everything that is rooted in an opposing opinion of us is necessarily a hater. We realize that some people disagree with us, and it's part of healthy debate. So I don't like the mischaracterization of all comments.
On our channel, I've encountered haters. They're either trolls or haters. But there's not that many. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like a hater is going to be someone that's going to bash us consistently. Like, you guys ain't doing nothing. And then you stay there.
All right.
Like, nobody's obliging you to watch. It's like you subscribe, you follow, but just the trash. There's nothing, one thing, and you make it out of your way to say something negative out of this. But it's not a lot of people. A lot of people just don't like shit.
Yeah, that's perfectly
fine.
Yeah.
To see if they'd be interested in talking with me face to face. Neither one of us really knows who's on the other side, and maybe that's the problem.
Part of me wishes she would have contacted us, because I think we are your number one.
Yeah, but we don't comment on her.
Not directly on the page, but they know. You don't think Jubilee knows about us? I think we've done like 10 videos on them.
More.
Yeah.
If it's not more.
They're living rent-free in our heads.
Respond to like the meanest ones, right? Why give terrible people more of a platform to talk about that disgusting POS? Seriously, Jubilee, what the f*** are you doing? I guess anything for the views, huh? Oh, okay. I'm literally frozen. It's been 10 minutes and I have not even commented. Oh my god, okay.
It almost feels like she's never scrolled to the comment section of another channel that's not hers.
She's never read comments.
Don't
ever.
you have social media?
She never read comments ever. Like none.
Like when I started this YouTube stuff, I wasn't surprised when we got negative comments. I was like, I can't believe it. This is making me stop. Like, no, I've seen other people go through it. I've been to comment sections. I'm not surprised when it happens to me. So it seems a little delusional.
Yeah. I'm doing great things. I'm doing great things all the time.
Yeah.
No. Even if you do great things all the time, people are going to bash you.
That's right.
Fine. You put yourself out there.
Ground is awful.
Because a full discussion is never shown, ideas are never fully fleshed out and no meaningful conclusion is met. Everyone leaves the discussion having learnt nothing.
But that's not wrong, though. It's not bashing you. Maybe you should take it as criticism.
Yeah, for example, when you had the men's rights activist versus the feminist, why did you have an incel there? Why did you have someone who really can't articulate their points?
I feel empathy for women being lost, being misguided. Look,
there is nothing more disinteresting than trying to have a discussion on a topic with somebody who doesn't know the parameters of that topic. Imagine having to discuss metaphysics with someone who's never been to a science class. It's uninteresting. And so for your viewers, we watch this and we're like, I think I got dumber.
You're funny. You're like, imagine talking metaphysics with someone that never been to a science class, and I was like, imagine talking metaphysics with me.
This one is so long and it hurts my heart. I just keep saying this is a horrific way to handle this.
Let me read the comment. This episode is very hard to watch, and I don't think an issue like this can be tackled with such a small sample size of people with so little time. It was honestly super uncomfortable to watch, and I thought it was a horrific way to handle the subject matter. Weinsteining is far too serious and variable for people to break it down into black and white. Not only that, but it's important to set a precedent by stating hard facts. It is objectively true that there is a global epidemic of Weinsteining against women and feminine presenting people. Very inclusive of you, Brian. Good. It is also objectively true that men are significantly more likely to be the perpetrators of Weinsteining cases against all forms of individuals, no matter their gender expression. Very, very inclusive. It is also objectively true that the majority of Weinsteining cases do not land in a conviction, and if they do, they overwhelmingly affect people. I would give you an A++, but in a real inclusive world, we don't grade people because all people are perfect.
Which layer is that?
Well, you already know. That is the most superficial layer, which is the top layer, where privilege really shines. Yeah.
Go on.
It's also objectively true that most Weinstein cases go unreported. All of these things and more should have been strongly expressed by Jubilee. And as a fan of the show, I'm extremely disappointed by this negligence. In what way
where's that?
is this a hater?
What? It's facts. Okay, this is what it is. You have to be able to look at yourself. Mm-hmm. And right now, you're not looking at yourself. You don't introspect at all. It's like there's not one insult in there. The person was able to dissect and tell you exactly what was wrong with the thing. I mean, that is the best comment that you can have on one of your things.
That one makes me want to like cry and like lay down. There's something about the Me Too episode that's like kind of horrifying for me. To tackle something that like means so much to me and put so much work into it and then have it be perceived as negligent is really, really hard. It's so weird. It like takes you back to being like a kid where you like want the bully to like you.
Bully to like you?
Wait. Do you think you're the only person who this means a lot to? You can't imagine that it means a lot to other people?
It's not because it means a lot to you that you can't mess up. And there's a possibility that you did.
And asked my fellow Jubilee directors to chat with me about their experiences with the comment section.
With like some of my more recent middle grounds, like when I did like men's rights versus feminists and I casted an incel.
Yeah, that was you?
That was you?
Yeah,
Bruh.
That was trash.
You f***ed up.
There are so many dislikes and so many negative comments on that video, but that's like one of the most proud videos I've ever made. And as an audience member, if you're only willing to watch things that confirm what you already find to be true, then that's just like the most boring bullshit I've ever heard.
So you're doing this on purpose?
Did you just gaslight everyone who criticized you? Do you not understand how you may have misrepresented the men's rights movement by sticking an incel who can't articulate his points? Imagine if I try to have a discussion between, let's say, Israel and Palestine, and I used a bunch of toddlers. Do you think it'd be the most productive conversation to have 2-year-olds talking about it?
There's so many times where like all the comments are like, damn, I'm here too early. There's no funny comments. And I'm like, wow, really? Like half of your experience here is just scrolling, maybe not even watching the actual video.
Yes, of course people are going to be here for the comments. Of course. On any post.
Do you see the irony in what she said? Here they are complaining about the comments on the videos that they're getting and how they've read through them and it hurts them. And then they're complaining that other people are doing the exact same thing that they're doing.
Yeah. There's a lack of a lot of things in this video. I can tell you that much.
I was going to FaceTime my hater in 3 days. After we confirmed my FaceTime with Bryce, we got a couple other responses, including one from the guy critiquing our series Middle Ground. Sure. I can chat, but it can only be voice only and preferably using Google Hangouts. Vaguely spooky. Okay. This was my first time ever speaking directly to a hater. I had no idea what to expect.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, this is Bonnie from Jubilee. Can I start by asking just like your name? I don't know your name or anything like that.
So I go by Wolf Flannel.
Hello. Yeah. I go by Fluffy Puff.
All right.
The opposite of when I first saw
This guy is super unfriendly. He's super unfriendly.
But he doesn't know what the hell this is.
No, he knows what it is.
I mean, I get it. I would answer the same thing. It's just the wolf flannel thing.
Well, I'm curious, what sort of prompted the video about our series, The Middle Ground?
Those were good videos. I was watching that, and you Americans, you are a special kind of over there. So.
Whoa!
Did you say super unfriendly? Okay, you're good.
This idea of giving people a platform to speak and something good coming from that, I think that's a bit of an illusion. Like, it can't happen.
Do you not think that in order to empathize, you have to like have those human interactions and conversations?
I have empathy for a lot of these people. I understand it, but it doesn't make it less stupid. If I were doing videos that way, it would be more of a, these are why the conservatives are wrong, or these are why these people are wrong, and trying to get them from that place where they're wrong and get them to being right.
Yeah.
I mean, his idea was also trash, but
Yeah.
I think one thing that like we struggle with, right, is that the Jubilee as a company doesn't want to like take a side, like deem anyone as like right or wrong or.
Yeah, it's a noble choice, but there are winners and losers in life, right?
Oh boy.
So you're being willfully ignorant.
We're being willfully ignorant for not acknowledging who's wrong or right.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh,
Man, I know we're all social distancing, but this man got up in her face and ripped out her soul. Yo.
He went in.
Damn.
God damn.
Yo, some people are touched by an angel. She got touched by wolf flannel.
I'm supposed to be talking to Bryce today. I like kept pressing snooze on my alarm because I was like, oh God, I don't want to do this. He's in the waiting room. Okay. Ready. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I feel like I'm watching a first date. That's really creepy. Like, she was surprised he was attractive. And
Oh, hi. Oh.
Yeah. Did you notice that?
How tall are you?
That's what happened. Did you notice that? Oh my God, I'm just so terrified of meeting my hater. Ooh. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
Gitchy, ya.
Yo, that shit freaked me out. Bring that shit back, my nigga.
It was really that.
I'm fearful that he's going to be like a guy who's like really intelligent, who's like ready to wage war and is going to just kind of like spout a bunch of facts at me and be like trying to win a conversation.
You mean a guy giving you proper context so that you can do things not on emotion but on facts? Sounds terrible. Sounds so bad. Oh my God.
He's in the waiting room. Okay. Ready. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
The sauce.
My nigga Bryce, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
he's inclusive. He's about to include this in your.
Can we use that?
We censor the words. They know what I'm talking about. Yeah, include that P in your P.
That P in your
that PP. Yeah, let's go.
I'd love to just like kind of know a little bit about you before we get into it.
Guess I would just describe myself as like the regular introverted nerd. I used to describe myself as a freelance artist from West Philadelphia.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground where I wrote most of my comments.
Now I'm in IT, That is my day job.
I lived in Philly for like 5 years.
Yo, listen, we're not trying to find points and comments.
Yeah,
okay?
what is this?
This good. What is? Oh, you live in Philly? I lived in Philly. Yo, what you doing? What are you doing? All right, get to the juice. What's wrong with your videos?
Yeah.
Get to the juice. Yeah. We want to learn something.
All right, let's see what the hater has to say.
I mean, I love trees. That's another really cool thing about me.
That's great because you know what I do? Do you know what my go-to question is?
What?
If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
This is one of those lame first date questions that they have on like things to ask your girl. I know because I used to ask this when I was 18.
What kind of tree would you be?
Or it'd be like, if you could choose between being a tree or a bird, which one would you choose? And if you choose to be a bird, it means that you want to fly and be free and travel the world. If you want to be a tree, it means you want to provide for your community and blah, blah. Jubilee!
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so if I were a tree, I would love to be a fig tree.
I love that. That's a great answer.
Nigga, just give her your trunk and we can all move on from this conversation because this is weird.
I think the reason why I had such a strong reaction to your comment, to feel like I've done a disservice to a community that I'm trying to represent or give a voice to. I've been ruminated on that thing for days. Like, I was so depressed after it came out because I started seeing like the comment section was very kind of icky and like...
Yeah. Okay.
It just...
Well, I do want to say something before you continue, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Your video was important. Your video was good. And if you do feel hurt by what I said, I'm sorry. That's not my intention. I'm not a troll. I'm not trying to hurt people. I've had a difficult life. I've been through physical abuse.
Nigga, you running on dial-up? What's that noise? B, how do you work in IT and your sounds like it's from 1998? Guy, running Windows 95.
Are you frying bacon in there?
Yo.
What you doing, bro?
But no, your video was great.
Well, thank you.
No, you made good.
Dude, I agree with everything he had to say. It's funny, I was so nervous leading up to it, and then I was immediately at ease with him. A lot of like elements of our story are really similar. I didn't tell him, but I also, like, my mom survived cancer too. So like, she is a lot of where my focus has been lately with like COVID. I wish I had said that to him. I'm sad I didn't say that to him too.
This was exactly what they're talking about, the Jubilee videos. We didn't learn a thing.
No. Other than you like fig trees.
And you want to be one. It's like how to get a friend with the extra steps.
Yeah, listen. I don't know what to tell you. You're too fragile for this stuff, it seems, and like you weren't able to take the criticism well, and he wasn't able to say that same criticism to you to your face. That's the truth. He was being kind and compassionate, and he was trying to beat around the bush. But the first guy didn't care. And it made for a more interesting conversation.
Agreed.
So I just have a big problem with people labeling every negative comment directed at them as hate. No, it's not. Sometimes it's just an accurate take, or sometimes it's just good criticism. And good criticism is helpful. It's not because it makes you feel negatively that it's inherently bad. Maybe you need to get your ego out of the way and accept it. I know. I've had to do it so many times in my life. So
you're doing it around right now, bro.
Yeah. Anything you want to add?
If you want to do videos, all right? If you want to do videos or any art that you put out there, anything that you put, I'm not so far going to call it art, but whatever. Anything that you produce and you put out there and is open for criticism, you're going to get criticized. Whether you want it or not, whether you ask it or you didn't, you're going to get criticized. It's not for everybody. Yeah, there's a whole lot of, oh, yeah, you get recognized, you get this, you get that. People saying, yeah, it's not all great and all good and all fun. Some people are made for that. Some people aren't. That's a fact. If you're fragile, if it really hurts you, if criticism hurts your feeling because XYZ, boo-boo, do yourself a service, don't do it.
Yep.
Because it's going to affect your mental, and yeah, that's not good for nobody.
So that's it for today's video. Tell us what you guys think in the comments below. We want to hear what kind of tree you might be. So that's it for today.
Don't give a okay.
What do you feel like makes sense? Like, what do you feel like does work?
A lot of times they need to learn the hard way. You need to be more aggressive. You need the ads. You need the attacks. With all the data we have on these young people, Amazon, eBay, Facebook, don't keep having arguments and fights when all you need to do is right there in front of you.
Interesting. Were you surprised when I reached out to you about this?
No, I suspected you would have watched it by this point.
Well, we did.
I know my video is good.
Because I know my video is good. Hey, okay. Big energy in the house.
That's right.
That's funny.
Listen, you've watched and you were supposed to learn.
He's not entirely wrong. I feel like a lot of times when people have these conversations, they do everything by padding everyone's feelings and trying to make it as palatable for everyone. And sometimes it's good to just be like, these are what the facts are. Your feelings are your feelings, but they don't change what the reality is.
Yeah, she speaks like Isabel from HR.
Sure.
You know what I'm talking about.
Tell him.
But you can't. In the kitchen, right? We have a rule about certain foods and spices. So, yo, that salmon you cook, it's a bit aggressive. Knock it off. That's it. The same conversation could have taken 30 seconds.
I appreciate you chatting with me and voicing your opinions and your critiques. I think on some of these we'll have to agree to disagree.
I'll change your mind down the line. You just won't realize it.
No, this motherfucker treat this like Tinder.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm about to bag this. I'm about to bag this, Spud.
That was Moby Dick energy.
Exactly.
That was me.
You know what? I'm going to change your mind. More than that, I'm going to blow it. Whoa. Blow your mind. Blow your mind away.
It sounds like he wants to blow some other things. Let's go.
Straight up.
How? What did you tell me? Just with data?
Yep.
This is hilarious.
You guessed it.
All right. Thanks for chatting with me today.
Bye, Bonnie.
Bye. I mean,
that's what people don't get, is they think that we are like sitting in this super fancy media office, like commanding our army of, you know, like interns and minions, and then in the meantime we're like snorting and like
no, I don't think that's what people think. They just think that you're doing bad things.
Listen, most YouTube videos are made in some dude's basement or bedroom, okay? And guess what? Those people receive the exact same amount of criticism as you. You're not special. We don't think you're special. We just think that sometimes you make extremely trash content.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then they have no idea that we are sleep deprived, usually like scarfing like yesterday's leftover Panda Express deep into credit card debt.
It's not that they imagine that, they don't care.
That has nothing to do with the fact that your video was trash.
All those kids that you think that teenagers that are in, they're experiencing the same thing with their everyday life. You got exams and stuff like that. So being deprived of whatever, I mean, if you fail the test the next morning, you still fail the test, you understand? So yeah, you're sleep deprived, but you dropped the ball, boo-boo.